Hey guys, it's Maz here. Just ordered myself some Greek from Uber Eats. Chicken, Greek salad. Cannot forget the tzatziki. Yum. But today I just wanted to do like a random vlog. Well, it's not really quite random. This video is something that's been on my mind for a while. This morning I actually got a message from somebody asking me about domestic violence, leaving that relationship. So I thought I'd share this because it has been playing on my mind. It's been written in my list of like YouTube video ideas that I have, and I just haven't done it. Like I suppose I've just been procrastinating on it because I really didn't know. So I'm gonna do a vlog today talking about domestic violence and things that I have come to learn from me myself have been in domestic violent relationships in the past, and just my insights and things that I would like to share that I suppose in a way I think it's kind of hard for me to like say this because it's quite confronting to me because I'm calling myself out on my own bullshit as well. And if you are in a domestic violent relationship, you may think I'm being a bit too brutally honest, but it's stuff that I've had to look at myself and my behaviors. And I suppose in a way, if you are in that kind of situation, you might find this too confronting. But in saying that, if anyone knows me, all my friends that know me knows that I always speak the truth. Sometimes I'm a little bit blunt and I'm a little bit harsh, but I always speak the truth. I'm not one that sugarcoats, and I'm that kind of person that my facial expressions just cannot lie. I actually have not planned this at all, and again, I'm nervous. I'm so nervous because I don't know. Excuse the chips in my mouth. Honestly, don't know how I'm gonna say this. So yeah, let me just take a moment and breathe. So domestic violence, what is an abusive relationship? There's like not really one way to define it, but in coming from my own perception and like my opinion, an abusive relationship is a relationship where you feel unsafe, where it can be, whether it's physically, emotionally, it doesn't have to include the other party like beating you up or punching you in the face or giving you bruises. That definitely is an abusive relationship, but it can also be a really toxic relationship that is filled with manipulation, someone being controlling, possessive, playing mind games, making you feel intimidated, like intimidating you and just belittling you, putting you down. And if you're constantly feeling like an emotional roller coaster and don't feel safe to be yourself, constantly unhappy, it's a toxic relationship. It's a form of abuse, whether it's physical or emotional. But if you think that you are, or you know that you're in an abusive relationship, I do have to say, and this is coming from a girl that I haven't been in just one, I've been in a few abusive relationships. And the one thing I have to say is you gotta take a deep look at yourself. Like, instead of taking pity on yourself and being like, why me, why me? Why are they treating me this way? Why do I deserve this? Whatnot. I think the bigger picture is, why the hell are you there? Why are you accepting this kind of behavior? Why are you in a relationship with someone that's making you feel like this? Because the thing is, they may be doing or saying things that is making you feel like this, but at the end of the day, you're enabling the behavior by staying, by being there. Why are you tolerating this? I think if you are in an abusive relationship, instead of looking at them, because we can never change how anyone is, we can't change what people say and what people do. We have no control over that. What we can control is ourselves. And the first thing you need to look at is take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, why the hell are you there? I don't want to be sitting here making you feel like crap and pointing fingers, but I think the whole point of this is to allow you and to maybe help you understand that we may not be able to change how anyone else is, but we can change the way we are and how we think and how we feel. So ultimately, we can change our reality and we can change our situation. So if you're in that kind of situation, we have to take a long, hard look at ourselves and be like, why am I putting up with this? Why are you putting up with this? Like, why? Like, for me, it's taken years and years, like, of self-work, self-healing, being broken, having multiple breakdowns because I didn't realize how, like, absolutely messed up I was, especially from, like, my past in my childhood years. And I had, like, crazy abandonment issues, you know, like not being wanted by my parents, lived on the streets for a bit, then, like, lived with people that, you know, friends' parents, and I knew I wasn't wanted there. I knew I was a burden. I knew they didn't want me, but they felt they had no other choice, or else they'd have to kick me out too. So I always felt like a burden. I had these massive abandonment issues that I took with me through adulthood. And as I grew up in relationships I found myself in, it was more, oh my God, like, he loves me, he's showing he cares. Because at the beginning, they're always so nice, they're always so loving, they chase you, like, till God knows, no matter how much you try to push them away, they will, like, stop at nothing. And they're charming and charismatic, and oh my God, I fall for it every time. Maybe not so much these days, hence why I've been single for quite some time. But in my younger years, yeah, when a guy was, like, full chasing me and full, like really trying to woo and charm me, I'd fall for it. And it was because I was like, someone showing me affection, someone showing me they love me. And so I would, like, find myself in a relationship with them. And then by the time I started seeing their true colors, it was too late. Like, for me, I'd invested, and I suppose I stayed because I didn't want to feel alone again. Like, I didn't want to feel like no one wanted me, and I didn't know how I could do it on my own, you know? Like, I wasn't earning much money and whatnot, and all these relationships that I've been in, yeah, it was quite dependent, as in we lived together and paid bills together, paid rent together. But at the end of the day, when I finally did leave and had to pick myself up and work for everything that I have now, I realized my value, my worth, and what I was capable of. And now I don't tolerate that. And I see red flags now in the beginning. Like, I really think that if you were in an abusive relationship and you find yourself in a pattern, which I was always in a pattern of really toxic relationships, I think the thing you need to ask yourself is, what have you not worked on that needs healing? What childhood issues, what past traumas, what have you gone through that is enabling the situation, and why are you allowing it? Because we can't change anyone else. We can change ourselves. So I think you need to start looking at yourself. And I know that's hard. And sometimes it's going to be surprising finding out when you really start digging deep and then realizing that you were enabling, you were allowing, you were accepting behavior like this, and ultimately allowing it to keep repeating and getting worse and whatnot. Because, you know, it's like when we're kids, like, we're like big kids really as adults, You know, when you know you can get away with something, you'll keep doing it, and you'll keep doing it, and you might push a little bit more and push a little bit more. Like, that's just how we are as humans. It's our DNA. So I really do think that if you are in that kind of situation, instead of pointing fingers at them, because we can't change them, we need to start looking at ourselves and questioning ourselves, our motives, how we feel about ourselves, why we're tolerating this, why we feel like we have to stay. And it might be hard, but you may also be surprised with what you come to learn. Anyway, guys, just a random video here. Spur of the moment, was not planned with anything I was going to say. So hopefully if you are in a situation like that, you do find somewhat value in this, and I hope it really does help. If you are in an abusive relationship and you really feel like you can't get out, you can seek help. There's a lot of like professional services and people out there that you can see. I will link some down below, and you know, like, utilize your support network. Like, seriously, utilize. You don't have to do this alone. You really don't. The worst thing you can do is like keep it to yourself and not tell anyone if you need help. You know, there's nothing wrong with reaching out. Anyway, till next time, love yous.